Hello, my name is Brian Coward. I'm the EDM product line manager for Makino, and today we're going to talk about the EDGEi Series Syncer EDM machines. So first, we're going to have a quick presentation. We're going to go over the specifications on the EDGEi Series, and then we're going to look at some unique machine features. After the quick presentation, we're going to go out to the showroom where David Robinson is going to give us a video walk around of the EDGEi machine that we have in our showroom here in Auburn Hills, Michigan, and give us a quick programming demo, and then we'll have a question and answer session with both myself and Dave. So first, let's talk about the specifications of the EDGEi series. So we have two models. We have an EDGE2i and an EDGE3i. So the 2i is a little bit smaller. You can see on the screen here, it's roughly 11.8 by 9.8, and then a 9.8 in the Z. Work tank size is about 25.5 by 17.7. Both machines have a drop tank, and then for the EDGE2i, we have a 40 amp standard generator. On the EDGE3i, it's a little larger, 17.7 by 11.8 and a 12.6 on the Z. On the EDGE3i, we have an 80 amp standard generator. So we have a little more power on the larger machine. This is because if it's a larger machine, generally we're going to have need for maybe larger electrodes. Now the EDGE2i is standard with a 40 amp, but you can get an 80 amp as an option. Both machines come with either an 8 or a 16 station tool changer. So what are some of the unique features? Well, the first is the construction of the machines. So the EDGEi is a nice compact design. We have a one-piece base casting, as you can see here in the picture, and that's integrating the dielectric reservoir into the casting itself. So because of that, we're minimizing the floor space required for the machine, and it also plays into the thermal stability of the machine. Since the dielectric is inside the casting, that's going to keep the temperature of the casting the same as the temperature of the surrounding environment. So that helps with our thermal stability and accuracy of the machine. And also, as with any Makino machine, whether it be a mill or an EDM, Makinos are precision built. The Makino philosophy is that we make everything mechanically square and accurate from the start with a high level of craftsmanship, and that makes the machine more accurate, especially over time, and it eliminates the need for a lot of electronic compensation. Next is some of our standard safety features. So Makino decided to make all of these features standard. Many other competitors, these are options that you would have to pay for. We just made them standard on our machine because we feel they're very important. Biggest one would be the UV flame sensor in the fire extinguisher system. So there's a UV flame sensor on the machine. What that's going to do is detect any kind of flame that you might get during machining and immediately shut the machine down, which will prevent any further damage to the machine or your shop. In addition to that, there is a fire extinguisher. If the flame sensor doesn't shut it down in time and a fire does happen, there's a heat sensor in the Z-axis, and that will discharge the fire extinguisher system to put out any kind of flame that may be present. I also want to point out that the fire extinguisher system on our machines, all Makino machines, are environmentally friendly. The foam that we use is certified as being environmentally safe. Also, a nice feature for an operator is the emergency stop on the hand box. So as opposed to just having an emergency stop on the control itself, we have it on the hand box as well. So if we need to kill that machine immediately, it's already in the hand of the operator. Some other features are our filter pressure feedback system, which prevents blowing of filters, which could damage your pumps. Power line filter, work zone light, those are all standard options. Next is the rise and fall work tank. The EDGE series has a rise and fall drop tank that provides good access all the way around 3 sides of the table. Makes it very easy for setups, easy to get a crane in there if need be, and load your parts in and out. It drops below the work table level, so it's very easy for maintenance and setup. Also, because of the tank, it allows the operator to view and monitor the machining process very easily while it's machining. Because the tank, you can set the tank height to raise up to the level you need it, as opposed to coming all the way up, which means I can see inside of the tank and see what's going on. So that rise and fall work tank plays into the automation flexibility of the EDGEi Series. Since we do have a drop tank that is programmable, it's very easy to integrate that with any kind of robot. We use Aroa, System 3R, Fanuc, any other robot we can integrate. It makes it very easy to automate these machines. In addition to that, Makino has dedicated engineering staff to provide layout, integration, and support for any automation needs that you may have. Next is the programming system. Very easy, graphical, user-friendly programming system available on our Syncer EDM machines, including the EDGEi Series. There are programming templates that minimizes the operator inputs during the programming process. It will step you through that, and Dave will give us a demonstration of that when we go out into the showroom. But essentially, you can see here these buttons. These are pre-selected templates. When I select solid here, for example, it's going to take me through the process and create that program for me very, very easily. In addition to that, when you want to get into more complex type of applications, we do have some complex orbit patterns that you can use to improve speed and accuracy during machining. And playing into that innovative programming is the overall HyperEye control interface that we have on our Syncer EDM machines. The nice thing about it is it's a universal control for both our wire and our Syncers, using the same methodology for programming. We have program setup run, easy 3-step process for operation of the machine. Also, the machines come with a 24-inch high-def touchscreen that operates like an iPad, so it's very easy to navigate. There are onboard digital manuals and instructional videos as well, so that if you have any questions on how to do something, it's right there on the control. And those help buttons that are there, nice thing about that, I go into any kind of operation, let's say a pickup, for example. I'm looking at a ball-to-ball pickup. Well, how do I do that? When you look at that page, there will be a little eye icon there. If I click on that eye, it's going to take me directly to the manual, explain that pickup cycle, and also many of those pickups have a video attached to them as well that I can watch as an operator to understand the functionality. So that's it for our quick presentation concerning the EDGEi machine. Now let's go out into the showroom where Dave Robinson is going to give us a demonstration on the EDGE2i.
Thanks, Brian. I'm out here at the EDGE2i, so we're going to go over some of the features that Brian talked about, some of the safety features, and then the standard features of the EDGEi Series machines. So first one we want to talk about, the UV flame sensor. So this is our first line of defense on the fire side. So you can see that up in the upper right-hand corner there. In the back of the machine, a little hard to see. So this is where our fire sensor is, or the heat sensor for fire. Some of the other features, the drop tank. So right now the tank is up with it filled. I'm going to go ahead and drop the 3-sided work tank down. This is a rise fall work tank. So one of the features that Brian had talked about, the work tank will actually drop below the table surface. So very easy for loading. When you do setup, the operator then can see all 3 sides during his setup features. So very nice drop tank. And then again, on the footprint of the machine, very small footprint, so very compact. You can see the left-hand side of the machine, nothing down the left-hand side, so very compact and easy to push against the wall if you need to. One of the features is the ATC, or automatic tool change. So the automatic tool changer sits inside the casting. So really nice space-saving design. This happens to have the 4-station rack. This is also available in an 8 or a 16-station rotary magazine. So I'm going to go ahead and do a tool change for you right now, just so you can see the movement. So I'm going to go to the setup page and ATC, or automatic tool change, and tell it to load pot number 2. So the machine's going to come up to its high Z-axis point. It's doing a quick check with the air blow to make sure there's not a tool loaded. Then it's going to bring the tool into the chuck. And then the magazine will return into the center of the casting and then return the work tank to its original position. Some of the other features, the hand box. So this is a full function advanced pendant box or hand box on the machine. And then of course the EDGEi control, Windows 10 version control, and then it's a 24-inch touchscreen. The rest of the features are around the back of the machine, so I'm going to go ahead and go around to the back, show you the chiller, and then also the filter system. So now we're at the back of the machine. First thing I want to show you that we talked about is the filtration system. So canister style filtration, 2 filters inside the canister. So very simple to change, just a band clamp to get in and do the change. And then there's also a vent on the back of the filtration. Next feature would be the fire extinguisher box. So this is where the fire extinguisher bottle is stored. So you can see easy access and emergency button on it as well. And then the last feature on the back of the machine is the chiller. So the chiller is actually bolted to the machine. So you can see nice footprint. Everything is in one piece. So with the chiller being on the back, and then the filter for the chiller itself, so we can clean it from the back. So pretty much it for the back of the machine. Not a lot back here, but that space-saving design really is a key for the machine features. So I'm going to go ahead and go back around to the front of the machine. So I want to show you the control itself. So the EDGEi control, I'm going to do a project program on the sinker control to show you how fast and easy it is to program the control. So I'm going to go into project. I'm going to create a new project, give it a project name, and I'm going to go in and use one of the templates on the control that are already made for the type of burn I want to do. So I've selected solid, graphite to steel, round orbit. From there, I could go ahead and put in my machining position. Second, I would put in my machining depth. Tell it how many of each electrode. So I have a rough, semi, and finish. And then lastly, enter the ATC numbers or automatic tool change numbers to assign the pots. Once I'm done with that, I can click save, enter the program name, and then that project is completed and ready to run. So that was a quick demo of the EDGEi programming, or what we call project. So now we're going to go ahead and kick back into the EC Center with Brian Coward, and we're done with the demo here out at the machine. Thank you for attending today.
Okay, thanks, Dave. Now Dave and myself are available for any questions that you might have concerning the EDGEi series or any other general sinker EDM questions.
All right, so Dave and I are here available for any questions that you may have concerning the EDGEi series machines. You can put your question in the chat area or the Q&A area that you can see on your the right side of the screen there. And so any questions that anyone has, we're available now.
Okay. First question that's up. What is the available maximum amperage of the machine? So on the EDGEi series, there's actually a difference in between the two machines. So the EDGE2i is a 40 amp max machine, where the EDGE3i is actually 80 amps, so double the amperage between the two machines.
Okay, and I just wanted to add to that on the EDGE2i, it is standard with a 40 amp. You can purchase an option that would make the EDGE2 a 80 amp as well, but that is an option. And the reason for that is the Edge 2 is a smaller machine, obviously. So generally, you're going to be working on smaller parts. So if you're working on smaller parts, odds are you don't need the extra amperage because you're never going to be able to utilize it anyway.
Next question. What happens to the ATC if the machine is put in automation with a robot? So actually, we can use both the ATC and the robot. So there's actually two different tool change positions that get set. So if the automation were to go down for some type of reason, let's say robot failure or motor failure, something like that, or it needs maintenance. So while the robot is offline, we can still use the ATC that's in the machine. So you can see in the casting where that hides in the casting. So that's still active, and we can use that ATC then while the robot's down to keep that machine productive and still burn, even though our automation is down for a short period.
Okay. I have a follow-up question on that, and this is just my question. So that being said, can I, even if the robot's not down, can I still access that tool changer if I wanted to?
Yeah, we basically take the tool changer off, or the robot offline, yeah, and eliminate machine access, and then use the tool changer in place.
Okay.
So because it does have two different reference positions for its tool change, that we can use both independently.
Okay, good. Not seeing any more questions. If anyone question comes to you at a later time and you want to contact either myself or Dave, please do that. We're always available to answer any questions that you may have concerning the EDGEi series or anything EDM related. I want to thank everyone for taking a little bit of time out of their day today and spending it with us and taking a look at the EDGEi series Synchro EDM machines. So thank you and have a great day.